Elliott Bennett, welcome to In the Box, mate. Thanks for coming on the show. Now, most professional footballers are either the best player in their school or, worst case, the best player in their area. But, I mean, for you, it's really tough because you're not even the best player in your family, mate. So, how'd you feel about that?
I've had that my whole life, it's true as well.
How you been, mate? You all right?
All good, mate. Yeah, all good, thank you. I was just a lucky one.
So how's things, mate? Anyway, how's lockdown? Explain to us, maybe the viewers don't know, you've actually been diagnosed with coronavirus.
Yeah. So obviously started off just like everyone else, really, just staying indoors, really. But obviously I've got 2 young kids and a missus, so just been spending as much time with the family as possible. Obviously, it's rare for footballers to get such a long time off without holidays and going off with the lads or doing what you're doing. Just to be indoor with the family has been really good, despite obviously such a bad situation. And then got the call to go back into training last Monday. Went in, got tested. My first test I had was negative. Trained one day, had another test. Came back the next day to start training, and then just got turned around at the training ground. I was like, "Nah, time for you to go home, mate." I was like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, you tested positive." And I was thinking, I trained yesterday, fine, I've got no symptoms. And they just said, "No, you've just got to go home, stay away for 7 days, like at home, like the government guidance."
Yeah.
And then the guidelines for football is a little bit different. You have to stay away from training for 11 days. And then my 11th day, thankfully, I can go back to training tomorrow. So, yeah, buzzing.
No, okay, that's good. That's at least you're back tomorrow, back to normal then, yeah?
Yeah, all back to normal, mate. But obviously, it's just strange because I've had no symptoms at all. I've not felt any illness. I've not even had a cold or a sniffle. Obviously, it's a really it's just sad that it's done that to me. If you know what I mean, I've not even had a cold, and then yet some people it's like taking their lives. So, I've obviously again just got lucky with I haven't had the bad symptoms like some people have unfortunately had to go through.
Yeah, no, of course. And I should explain to the viewers who don't know your brother. Your brother is actually also a professional footballer. Yeah? He's not just some random fella. But listen, an absolute player he was as well. But obviously, we'll go on to him a little bit later as well. Right, now, the reason why you're on, Elliott, thanks for coming on the show, like I said, team time. Now, I ask all my guests the same question. What was your thought process behind picking your team? And I know, obviously, it's safe to say that you were sport for choice. It's certainly in different certain areas. So yeah, just tell me a little bit about that. What was your thought process when picking it?
It's really hard because there's some players that have not got in that, from what they've gone on to do in their career, you'd probably say, "How's he not in?"
Yeah.
So Harry Kane came on loan to Norwich when I was there.
Yeah.
Harry Kane's probably one of the best, if not the best, number 9 in world football. Yeah, he's not in my team, and I played with him. But then I was trying to go off at the time that I've been with them rather than what they've gone on to do or what they've done in the past. I think, sometimes you can pick a team with a player that's you might have played 2 games with, and
of course.
He's gone on to be a superstar. But did he have an effect on me personally? Do you know what I mean? I didn't want it to be like that, so I've tried to go with people that I think have had an effect on me, and I've stood out. I've remembered them amongst the players, really.
Yeah, no, for sure. That sounds good. And like you say as well, probably had success with them on the pitch for a longer period of time. Okay, then, we'll start off in the sticks. Who's in goal?
Darren Randolph.
Okay.
Now, I played with Darren when I was on loan at Bury.
Yeah.
2008, 9 maybe. It might be 2008. And just even then, such a long time ago, obviously, he was only young as well. Just brilliant. Good distribution, shot stopping, saving things that you think, how's he saved? Like, where's he even got that from?
Yeah.
And like I said, I didn't play with him for ages. I think 6 months maybe, but he just made a real lasting impression on me. And it was someone I always thought he's going to have a big career. And obviously, went back to Charlton and gone on to have a fantastic career playing in the Premier League. Obviously, he's gone back to the Premier League now with West Ham for a second time.
Yeah.
Special mention to John Ruddy, who's played for England.
Yeah.
I had massive success with that Norwich team. He's obviously another really good goalkeeper, still playing his trade in the Premier League with Wolves. But just like individually, for me, when I'm training with them, playing with them,
Yeah.
things that Darren was doing, I was just thinking, I didn't even know that was possible, to be honest.
Yeah, no, of course. And like I say, probably answered the question I was going to ask him. Did you knew then, back then, even though he was younger, that he would go to the top, yeah?
Yeah, I always thought, like, you know, just when you know when you come across them sort of players and you think, that was in League Two, you know what I mean? And that's no disrespect to League Two, but when I'm training with him and I'm looking at him thinking, I'm on loan from Wolves and he wouldn't look out of place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Training with goalkeepers at Wolves, and I'm thinking, wow. And then, you know, as time's gone on, he's obviously worked really hard, got his head down, and, you know, thankfully he's managed to make the most out of his career. And as I said, he's played in the Premier League, you know, been at Middlesbrough, and now he's back in the Premier League with West Ham again, which, you know, I'm really happy for him in that respect.
Of course. Yep. He's in. Good start. Good solid start. Back four then. Start right back. Who's your right back?
I've gone with Inigo Calderon.
Cool.
I had a fantastic time with him at Brighton. Unbelievable lad. Spanish, dedicated to football, not like a drinker and all that sort of stuff, but just loves football. And I think when I was there, like I love football, I really do. But, you know, for me, there's other things as well that I like doing. Whereas when I met him, I realised how passionate someone can be about football.
About the game, yeah.
Yeah, and, you know, his enthusiasm, training, he just always wanted to be the best. And then obviously when it comes to game time, he was magnificent for us in that team that won the league in League One. So much energy, quality delivery, just all round good player. And he had to go in really. Like, I mean, I played with Russell Martin as well, who also could have gone in, but then he switched to centre back when I was playing with him. So this just out and out right back. That's what Calderon was. He had to go in my team just for the success rate at Brighton.
Yeah, no, I remember him coming on trial at Gillingham actually when I was at Gillingham. Do you know what he's up to these days? Is he still playing or not?
I'm not sure. Last time I seen him, he was in India. Last time I seen him, he was playing over in India in the IPL. I'm not really sure what he's doing right now, but I won't be surprised if he's still playing football. To be honest, he's how fit he's
natural
50 years
athlete.
old.
Yeah, he's a good lad, wasn't he? He's a good lad.
Yeah, just love football, like and like being obviously being from a different country, kind of like just bought into the English culture. It wasn't like he was kept himself away. He just wanted to be a part of a football team. Yeah.
Cool. Okay then, left back.
I've gone with Martin Olsen.
Okay.
I've not played with one left back for a really long time. They've always been like different ones. Like Marcus Painter was at Brighton. He was brilliant that season. Then I went to Norwich, and at first we had Mark Tierney, who, by the way, what a lad.
Yeah.
One of the I've ever come across. Brilliant geezer.
Well, you'd have him in the squad for the night out, yeah?
Oh, again, just for banter. Not even a night out. Doesn't need to be a night out. He can just be in for banter. Go man, as for doing your shopping, he's in. He can come with me. But now, Martin obviously went on to being and played for Sweden, played in the Euros. An athlete, up and down, just exactly what I'd want from a left back. You know, he just so much energy, fast, hard to beat because of his pace. Love getting forward. Yeah, very, very good player. Cool.
And they can have no arguments on them, I suppose. Playing at fullback yourself these days as well, so you've got even better opinion on that.
I don't know how play anymore, mate.
Right, okay, then centre half.
So I've gone with one that I played with, and he came through when I was at Brighton, Lewis Dunk.
Yeah.
What a career he's having. Still young. Came through, was like a fresh-faced boy. Trained with the first team at a young age. Was obviously good then, but maybe he didn't get in the team. And then after my injury at Norwich, I went back on loan to Brighton, and he was the main man then. Yeah. That was in 2014, I think, maybe 15. He was, and when I went back, I couldn't believe it was the same person. He's
Really?
turned into a man, passing range, reading, very, very good. So yeah, and obviously he's gone on to play for England now, which massive credit to him. And he's going to go down as one of the the best players that ever to play for Brighton. I think just from how he's been, the transition that he's gone on with the club, and he's a hometown boy as well, which is great for him. And then his partner, I played with him for 6 months, maybe a season.
Yeah.
Shane Duffy.
Yeah.
He can head the ball further than he can kick the ball.
Big dude.
Oh, honestly, you could put him in any league in the world, put the ball up, he's heading it. Like a magnet to that football. Another, what a cannon.
Yeah.
Cracking lad as well off the pitch. Madman. Like when it comes to football, focus, takes it serious, match day. Like I said, he'll head someone's head just to try and head the ball. He's that sort of person. But I had to put Duffy in there. And obviously they're both at Brighton now doing really well together as well, which is, great to see.
Yeah, no, it works well for your team that they both played together as well. Just going to ask, on Lewis Dunk there, were you surprised that he hasn't gone on to like maybe a top 6 club?
I am, in terms of his ability. But I think when you're from a place, you're captain of the club. Yeah. That's his club. Yeah. He's in the Premier League. I think, I know like in the top 6 is ambition. You play in Europe, and
of course,
you can, and we all know about the earning potential the higher you go. But I think with most Premier League clubs now, and Brighton have been in there a good few years now, that monetary changes maybe wouldn't be massive. Mm-hmm. They may be. I don't really know, but I think when it's your hometown club and it's a club you support, you're the captain of the club. You're guaranteed to play every week, barring injuries. And you can make, like, sometimes you have to look and say, well, I've got in the England squad doing this. Yeah. What am I leaving for? Unless it's to go to a club that, is challenging to win the league, or, as I said, go and play in the Champions League, then I can, I can see a law for that. And also I think that, Brighton have been in the Premier League a good few years now, and unless it was a big offer, I can't see they would be too willing to let him go. So I think all them like kind of different things with
factors. No, for sure. I think, like you said as well, he's gonna go down as an absolute legend there. Getting him into the Premier League for the first time and being the captain and stuff like that, and he's not going to struggle for a beer around Brighton anytime soon, is he? That's for sure.
I think until the day he's off the earth, I think he'll be all right for taking him.
Exactly. Right, okay then. Now we move on to the proper players, midfielders. Who you got for us? How you doing it?
I'm going with a sitter. Okay. A sitter, pure sitter, and that is Bradley Johnson. Okay. Now he's one of my best mates in football. My best mate in football, other than my brother, obviously. Yeah. Great lad ever since I met him. Obviously played with him at Norwich, now playing with him at Blackburn as well. Yeah. Just all round energy, determination. I mean, he had a season in Norwich, playing just off the left, which he'd never been a left midfielder, but he scored 14 or 15 goals that season. And he was a massive catalyst, player of the year. The reason really one of the main reasons we got promoted back to the Premier League. And just he had to go in really. There's no one else I could kind of put in. I played with some other really good midfielders like Liam Bridcourt when I was at Brighton. Was
player,
really good player. Johnny Howson, another one.
Howson player.
Player. Oh, technically beautiful player to watch. Yeah. Didn't play with him much, but I trained with him a lot with Graham Dorrans. Yeah. Nicholas Anelka put him in his top 3 players he's ever played with. It's Anelka. You know what I mean? Like,
and he's had some clubs, Anelka as well.
who he's played with. Do you know what I mean? I'm just thinking, wow. But yeah, John had to go in just for the fact I've played with him a lot, and you know his impact that he's had on me and on the clubs that I've been at with him.
Yeah, no, I think it says a lot about his grit and determination. I think that still comes through now when you watch him play, doesn't it? I know he had a little bit of a experience in non-league there as well, and I think you see that in the way he played. He's obviously a fantastic player and he's had an unbelievable career, but I think you still see that sort of grit and determination that he's got, that he probably got from the non-league days, isn't it?
Definitely.
Cool. So he's sitting then. Who's in front of them? Who's the two midfielders in front of him?
So I've got an out and out. I've got two out and out number 10s.
Yeah.
Now I'm hoping that one of the number 10s can be a bit more of like a bit more sensible.
Yeah.
Whether or not it work, I don't know. But I couldn't leave one out because you'll see now. So my next one is Bradley Dack.
Okay, Dacky. Yeah. Let's talk about him then.
Yeah,
makes it in there.
Playing with him now, last few years. What a player.
Yeah.
Another one, loves the game, great lad. You know, came through the hard way. Like, he's had to come. He's not been given it. He's not been at academies and all this kind of nice stuff. He's like grafted. He's done his like his apprenticeship. You know what I mean? Like come through. Now he's got his break. Everyone's like, can he do it in the Championship? Breezed it, ripped it. Obviously, unfortunately, he got the injury when he did. But one of the best players I've played with, and one of the most gives me the most joy to watch. Yeah. Like, I'm like very much like I like to be entertained. Whether that's obviously I prefer them to be on my team when they're entertaining. Yeah, like even just some of the. I mean, I know like people watch him in games and he scores goals, and just watching even in training just blows my mind. Some of the things he comes up with, finishing. Yeah, and another one, like I said, he loves football. He had to be in my team somewhere.
Yeah, no, like you say, done it the hard way.
Trying to bring him back a little bit just for the next number 10.
You might have to put the reins on him a little bit. Just going to ask, on Dacky, Premier League player, in your opinion? 1,000,000%.
Listen, you started with a joke at the beginning, and I know it was funny, but it's true. My brother was better than me. Bradley Dacky. Yeah, it's true. Bradley Dacky's way better player than I've ever been.
Yeah.
And I've spent 3 seasons in the Premier League. Mm-hmm. So there's absolutely no reason why, with a bit of good luck as well. You need listen, everyone needs a bit of luck. Timing is massive in football, and hopefully he can do that with Blackburn and with us this season, especially being around the playoffs. And I'd love nothing more than that. But if Dacky comes back from his injury, like I know he will, and the same player plus another 10% because his hunger for getting back in to playing football again. There's no doubt in my mind that Dacky will play in the Premier League.
Yeah, no, totally with you there. And I've been, like I say, everyone knows my relationship with Bradley. I've had him on the show as well. And speaking to him lately, it seems like, he's doing everything in his power to make that happen. Right, who's going alongside him then? Why has he got to be a little bit more defensive? Who's the man in front of him?
Because this guy is a magician, the Irish Messi, Wesley.
What a player. What a player this guy is.
Honestly, I said about being a joy to watch. This guy could train with no laces in his just his flip flops on, and he'd be the best player. Can't take the ball off him. Dribble around 10 people in a phone box, but with no trick.
Yeah,
hasn't got a trick in him, not a step over or nothing. Just body movements, tight control, sees a pass. The only thing he didn't have, he couldn't shoot from outside the box really because he's so little and his power is terrible. But he's the sort of guy, he didn't want to score from outside the box. No. He'd rather sit the keeper down, wait for someone to slide on the line, chop back, and then pass it in. Honestly, the best player I've played with in terms of joy, giving me the most joy.
Yeah.
Like I said about Dacky before, and that's what I think massive. Like, Dacky's got over Wes goals. Like Dacky's goal ratio is phenomenal for a number 10. Wes was a bit different in that respect, but then his assists, some of his passes, just like I said, are beautiful football player to watch, and a real pleasure to play alongside.
Yeah, no, for sure. I was going to ask on him. I think most people will know how good he was as a player. What was he like off the pitch?
Oh, banter,
Yeah,
loves a drink. I mean,
yeah,
the guy, like, this ain't trying to be racist, but the guy's Irish. You know what I mean? You take
yeah,
him, you take him to Dublin on a Christmas too, and it's game over.
yeah,
Yeah, brilliant lad. Like, to be honest, he's really like around the lads and people he knows, really like outgoing and part of the dressing room, massive part of the dressing room. But then away from football, didn't want the limelight. You don't see him. You've never seen him giving interviews, and
no,
very much a family man. Once he finished training, you know, he might go and play golf, but other than that, he's going back to his family. So yeah, real top boy.
yeah, no, for sure. I don't like I say. I didn't play the level of football that you played, but I actually played against him in one of my early games at Gillingham. I think I might have told the story when someone mentioned him before in here. And I actually played in the top of a diamond for Gillingham. He played in the top of a diamond for Norwich. And I remember just thinking like, well, I've got a long way to go here. You know what I mean? Because he was just honestly, I'd say he's one of the best players I've probably ever played against. And I actually got, I don't ask for many people's shirts, but I actually got his shirt that night as well. And he seemed like a top guy. So that's why I was interested to ask about him there. Right,
Yeah,
white players.
that speaks another. That's what I mean. That's like another thing. Like, you've played the game, and I think when you like, some people might, it's not like a superstar household name, like, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
when you played the game, you played against him.
Yeah, I think
You just
anyone who knows,
appreciate how good people are. Do you know what I mean?
yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. I think anyone who's played against him or with him will know. Right, got them white players. Who we got?
So these are really tricky ones. I'm playing with a white player now. That his trade was never a white player really. In Adam Armstrong, who he's another one, young, exciting talent,
Yeah.
pace to burn, play at the top level, in my opinion. And I could have put him in. Then there's one, and then there was a toss up between two. And I went with the most recent one. So the one I've left that's missed out just on this occasion. You know,
that's probably a good thing. You'll see him tomorrow, won't you? So it's a good thing.
Yeah, exactly. I've gone with in the team, Stewie Downing.
Okay. Yeah.
He's had a massive impression on me since he's been at Blackburn, and we've only, it's only been since the start of this season. But what a career he's had. The players he's played with, he's been to World Cups with England, 35 caps, 500 Premier League appearances, clubs he's played for. And, he's 36 years old now. He's come to Blackburn and he's probably been one of our best players, to be honest. Never gives the ball away, still got a love for football, can give him the ball in any situation, takes care of it, just really, really good footballer. And to be honest, like, I'm saying that on the back of playing with him now, so I'd just love to have seen him in his heyday when he was playing for England in them days. Just that's what I had to put him in just for. I know I said I wasn't really doing like the whole because of what people have done after I played with him. Because I've played with him now for a long enough time, I think I couldn't really leave him out. So unfortunately, Nathan Redmond had to lose out this, but another really top player and still playing in the Premier League, which is great for him. And he's had an England appearance as well, which hopefully he can get some more. Yeah,
not for sure. I think that's one thing. Yeah, even when I done Daki's one, he said about the way that Downing keeps the ball there, and it's interesting to hear you say exactly the same. I was going to ask on him. I see an article today. They're questioning is he going to stay or not, isn't it? I think at Blackburn. Take it you want him to stay. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's still. Listen, he's still fit as a fiddle. You know what I mean? Like his running stats are still right up there with everyone else's.
Yeah.
He doesn't miss. He doesn't miss sessions. He doesn't miss games. He's always available. I think like when you've got a player of his experience, not just on the pitch but in the dressing room, like, do you know what I mean? Like he's perfect to have around, and the fact that he can still play at this level, at the level that he's playing at in our team, for me, I would love him to stay. Obviously, it's not my, it's not my call, but someone that I would love to, still be here next season, definitely.
No, that's good though. Thumbs up from the club captain. Right, other side.
I've gone with Robert Snodgrass.
Okay.
And he came to Norwich really and took my place, to be honest. So maybe I shouldn't have put him in. But no, listen, I respect talent, and again, a winner, loves football, his drive and like, listen, he's the biggest joker I've ever met.
Yeah.
Like prank calling people.
Yeah.
Banter, the things he does in the dressing room, like brilliant. But when he crosses that white line, he is an animal.
Yeah.
Wants to win. He can be your best mate in the dressing room, but for that 90 minutes, if you're on his team and he doesn't think you're giving enough, he's telling you.
Yeah.
So I've got massive respect for him on that side. And obviously his set pieces, his delivery is one of the best I've ever played with.
Really?
Yeah, the way he crosses the ball. And I think I'll put him in the team as well, because when you see my striker, he needs balls in the box, and Snoddy can definitely provide them.
Yeah, exactly. It's not going to be little balls down the side, is it? It's going to be crosses. I was going to ask on Snodgrass. Are you quite surprised that it took him that long to get himself to the top?
I am, yeah, because like he always scored goals at Leeds, especially at Leeds. He's obviously, like I said before, his delivery and stuff was magnificent. I mean, obviously he was obviously playing in the Premier League with Norwich. Then we went down. He went to Hull, and he had that terrible injury, which again, that just shows his character. The way he come back from injury is unbelievable, and to then get himself a move. Now he's playing at West Ham. One of the biggest clubs in England, and playing every week as well. That just sums up him as not just as a player and his ability, but as a person to come back from such adversity at the age he was as well when he'd done it, to still be playing in the Premier League for such a big club.
Yeah, no, for sure. Okay, who is the number 9 then? The aforementioned.
So this is why I've got to have someone who can cross the ball in, because he ain't running behind any defender. He ain't running behind the vet. He ain't running behind the Masters teams when they're playing indoors. That was another good friend, really good friend of mine, Glenn Murray.
Yeah.
Put the ball in the box, he scores.
Yeah.
I think the fact that he's his age he is now, still playing the Premier League, still scoring goals. Last season, Brighton's top goal scorer. Without his goals, they would have got relegated. And I played with him right at the beginning of my career, really.
Yeah.
And he was magnificent that season. Scored loads of goals to get us promoted to Brighton. Obviously, then went away to Palace, got them promoted. Played in the Premier League with them, got injured, came back to Brighton. Do you know what I mean? He started off where he started off in Carlisle and stuff like that. So he's had to really work to get years. And the fact that, like I said, his age he is now and he's still playing in the Premier League just goes to show what a top goal scorer he is. That's how I'd describe him, goal scorer. That's what I want from my number 9.
Yeah.
Score goals.
Simple as goals pay the rent.
There you go. There's only thing. There's a couple of players that I've got to mention. Grant Holt.
Yeah, player.
First season I went to Norwich. Captain, 14 goals in the Premier League. Highest goal scoring Englishman, other than like Rooney or something. No, I think something like that. Do you know what I mean? Some crazy that. And we were Norwich, just got promoted. Great captain as well. Like real good for the group. Yeah. And then another player that I'm playing with now, Danny Graham, scored goals all his career. Real good friends with him. He easily could have gone in as well, but I had to go with Muzza just for the fact that he's still doing it at his age, because he was brilliant when I played with him, and to still be doing it now 10 years later, but not in League One anymore, in the Premier League, I think he had to go in.
Yeah, says it all. Well, you'll see DG tomorrow. I might have to grass you up because he said he's going to come on the show, so I might have to text him, tell him you ain't put him in his team. I think saying that though, I'd be more worried about Grant Holt. I think he's a wrestler now, isn't he? So he might want to choke slam you or something. Do something like that, WWE style.
He got to catch you first if he's a wrestler.
Sure, yeah, he definitely wouldn't catch you, mate. That's for sure. Right, listen, Elliott, that's a fantastic team, mate. And just looking down it, good balance. Must be pleased with that. Good side there.
Yeah, I've gone for a bit of everything, really. I tried to have it. I didn't want to just random team. It's got to work. I think that team works well together. Definite Champions League places.
Top four. That's it. Right, okay then. Move on then now to a bit about your own career and a few other questions before I let you go. Right, in terms of players, we spoke about players you played with, of course, there. What about in terms of players you played against? So, twofold question, really. Maybe a fullback who you played against when you got into the Premier League, you thought, wow, this is a different level. And then just in general, players you played against from anywhere on the pitch.
Best player played directly up against, only one, Ashley Cole. Incredible. Can't take him on. Can't stop him going forward. Energy.
Yeah.
He's run all day. Like, do you know what I mean? The career speaks for itself. Do you know what I mean? But
of course, yeah.
To play against him, I got his shirt after the game.
Yeah.
Massive honour for me to share a pitch with one of, if not the greatest English left back ever, in my opinion. Yeah, and one of the best to ever play in the Premier League as well. So, yeah, Ashley Cole was definitely the toughest. And then player on the pitch. Yeah. See, like obviously playing for Norwich, we played against Suarez, who scored a hat-trick every time he played against us. So
yeah, he took liberties out of Norwich for a little bit, didn't he?
Absolutely. Scoring from the halfway line and that was embarrassing. But then you've got other Bale, Modric.
Yeah.
Modric won the Ballon d'Or. Do you know what I mean? Like you can't get any better than that.
Modric always seems to get a mention, like from all the players.
What a player! Like,
yeah.
Another one underrated massively. Moussa Dembele.
Yeah. Wow, what a player!
And he's not even a name that you would say, people would necessarily mention. I played against Paul Scholes, Gerrard. These are players that I'm like thinking. Gerrard's like one of my favourite players ever.
Yeah.
But the player that I'm going to say is the best I've ever played against is the man they call the Ghost. Or maybe we just called him the Ghost at Norwich because no one even knew he was there. David Silva.
Really, that good, yeah?
Oh,
he is a beautiful footballer. He is a beautiful footballer.
Everything's so easy, effortless. You can't tackle him. Space is his best friend. You think you've got him and you haven't.
Another one who don't really like scoring goals as well, just like setting them up.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm saying that just from my personal, what I enjoy, and he's still doing it now, playing now in that unbelievable team. Obviously I'm saying that Gerrard, like I said before, Gerrard, one of my favourite players of all time. But who I'm going with David Silva just for just a different football. And again, probably another one that could go down as one of the best Premier League number 10s that's played the game in the Premier League, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I don't think anyone will have arguments with you there, mate. What a player. And, honour for you to share the same pitch with him. Okay, right, we'll move on to your career. At the start, you started off at Wolverhampton Wanderers, hometown club-ish, if you like. Made a couple appearances for them, and also went out on loan to Crewe and Bury. So just talk us through that sort of start of your career there.
Yeah, so I was at Wolves when I was 7-8 years old, just in the centre of excellence kind of thing.
Yeah,
on the night time. Kind of came through that all the way through. Getting a couple of years every now and again, and wait till you're 10, and then 10 till 12, and then at 12, I think I signed a 4-year contract until I was 16. When you get the decision.
Yeah.
Scholarship, no scholarship. Luckily, I got a scholarship before, say 15, so they knew that they were keeping me on, and I signed my scholarship forms, which was obviously just a start really. That's where you can see it. You're not close to it yet. You're nowhere near it really, but you feel like my job now. I'm not going to school and coming at night time. Every day I'm going to play football and I'm getting paid money to do it, which that was a massive honour for me. Went through that process, and then, as you said, played a couple of cup games when I was, I think, just before I was 18, so 17, 18.
Yeah.
And then after I played them cup games, I got a call off Mick McCarthy's assistant, Terry Connor, and he just said, look, like, Drew Alexandra want you to go down on like a short-term loan. It was when you could do like loans for a short period and you could just do them random times of the season. It wasn't like, it is now, it has to be attractive. And I went there for, I think it was like 2 or 3 months, just to learn about football really. And I really, really enjoyed my time there. I didn't play like every week, but that wasn't really the purpose of it. The purpose was, I think, just to toughen me up a bit, really, make me see that Wolves isn't real life. That
What league were Wolves in at the time? What league were Wolves in at the time?
Championship.
Yeah.
So it was more that really, just to give me experience and exposure to what real football is, and turning up on a Saturday at 3 o'clock with fans paying to watch you, and understanding what it is to when you need to win, not just playing in the resis and if you lose, you lose. It's all about learning and all that kind of stuff. It was more about learning about winning.
Yeah.
Then I came back from there, and then in the January, I went on loan to Bury with Alan Neil and Chris Wilder.
Okay.
Alan Neil was the manager at Bury. Chris Wilder was the assistant.
Yeah, I remember.
And now they've switched to Sheffield United, and obviously the success they're having. And that was such an enjoyable time for me.
Really?
Amazing. Great group of lads. And it just made me like think that, look, if I don't make it at Wolves, I never did make it at Wolves like properly. I'm playing in League Two and I'm enjoying it, and I'm playing football. I'm a professional footballer. I'm living out my dream, and I always had aspirations to play in the Premier League. But at that time, I was thinking, this is amazing. Like I could just be sat at Wolves playing reserve team football on a Tuesday night with doesn't really matter, or I can be out doing what I was doing. So I went there for 6 months, really enjoyed it, and then got to the summer and they kind of just said, like, look, would you come back again? And I was like, I was all over it, because I knew the manager and the assistant, the lads. Just was an easy decision for me to go back. And then that season ended up getting to the playoff semi-final. Lost out on penalties. It was a really, really, really enjoyable time for me. Yeah. But during that season, I actually signed a new contract at Wolves.
Okay.
In the January, but they let me go back on loan to Bury to see out the season. Okay. And then it got to the end of that season, and Wolves got promoted that year back to the Premier League. Okay. And I kind of knew, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't stupid. I wasn't ready to play in the Premier League. Mm-hmm. No, not even close. But I kind of, because I'm from 20 minutes from Wolverhampton in Telford, I wanted to stay at home. All I knew was home. And I just thought, maybe I'll just go on loan again somewhere else. Maybe not Bury, but try myself at League One. But still be contracted to Wolves and have that kind of comfort blanket. Yeah. So it got to the summer, and out of nowhere, I got a call just saying, like, Brighton have put a bid in for you. Okay. I was a bit like, Brighton, like, I'd only played in League Two, and I didn't know anything really about Brighton or how far away that was. I mean, I'd never really been away from home. So I was like, well, I don't know if I want to do it. And then Mick McCarthy's assistant again pulled me in, Terry Connor, and just said, look, like, because he played there as well, he said, you're in a similar situation to what I was. You've got a missus, and you're from where you're from, but sometimes you have to leave the nest and go and make your own career, go and do your own thing. You're not going to kind of play here. Mm-hmm. Obviously, we're in the Premier League now, and I was like, and ahhing about it. And he said to me, look, you've just got to go and try. And Mick McCarthy was dead honest with me. He said, I really like you as a player, but for your development, staying here is not going to help you. So I've got massive respect for Mick and Terry, because even though, like, they had their own interest at heart as well, they wanted to see me go and make my own name, not be the lad from the academy who's been here since he's 8 years old. Go and be Elliott Bennett, a footballer in your own right, not just because you've been here all this time. Yeah, no, of course. Yes, then I went down to Brighton. Yeah, because I was going to say, on that as well, that's
pretty good from them because, from a selfish point of view, you've gone and done well at Bury. I guess you're probably, 18, 19 at this stage? Still only, or maybe a little bit older? Yeah, that's pretty good of them, isn't it? To, let you go and sort of fly the nest as such.
Yeah, I think that's what I think football should be about now. More, like people develop differently. But I'm saying like the lads that are a bit more developed and gone on, like you have to go out and play games. There's no good being the most capped under 23 in history. Like, cause no one cares. Like, no one genuinely, doesn't matter whether you're the best under 23, you've got the most games. People want to see you played proper football. That everything's on the line on Saturday. It's like you played the game.
Yeah.
You have to go and experience that, and I think that for me was the biggest thing that I found that helped my career, is the fact that I had them opportunities at 17, 18, 19 years of age to go and play football in an immense environment.
Before we move on to the Brighton one, and just mention on Bury, it must be quite sad for you to see what's happened there then, yeah?
Oh, gutted. Because what? Do you know what? When that football club is like just run by, or was run by, before there's different owners and that. Just the love of the people that love that town, love the club.
It's
like
such an old school football club, isn't it? Like, it's just such a
old school. Like everyone knew each other. Families knew each other. It was very like close knit family. I used to love going up there like with my missus, my mom, my dad. They'd come and watch me, and they knew the people on the doors letting families in, and it's mad. I still speak to them guys now, the lads that were working door, because they were so good to me then, and to see that like that club's now doesn't even exist anymore is that can happen to any football club, and that's why sometimes people want change and they want new owners that are going to spend money, but sometimes it's not worth the risk to your football club.
No, for sure. And like I say, I echo what you're saying there. It's sad. It's very sad. Right. Okay then. Yeah. So we move on to, you explained a bit why you moved to Brighton. I bet you thought you made a mistake when you see the Wivden.
Listen, I thought I made a mistake because mad story, but the chairman wanted to meet me, still chairman now, Brighton.
Okay.
So I said, yeah, okay. So he said, why don't you come and watch us on a Tuesday night against Huddersfield, away Huddersfield? So I was like,
they didn't sit you in that away end, did they? Which was about 300 metres away.
Nah. Nah, I sat in the director's bit, to be fair. So I had the posh seats. So I went up there, met the owner, had a good chat with him, watched the game. So I'm watching the game thinking, they're good, these first 15, 20 minutes. Well, yeah, nice. End of the game, mate. 7-1, they got beat.
No way.
7-1. So I got in the car on the way home and I'm thinking...
Was this a pre-season game or what?
No. So the season, like the window end, done it like end of August.
Right. Ah, okay.
So
it's the start of the season?
This might have been like 3 games in.
7-1.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, and then the owners like messaged me saying like, I'm really, really sorry, like you had to see that, like embarrassed, like all these things. And to be fair, like I knew I was going to sign there anyway at this point. I'm not like you can't just not sign for a club that just got beat 7-1. Like, what sort of person is that, mate? Do you know what I mean? I ain't going to know you got beat. Like, you can't look at like footballing off one bad game. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, it must have been tempting though. Like, go down south all the way to Brighton where you're getting peppered 10-1, or go back to your Premiership digs up at Wolves. You know what I mean?
No, but to be fair, do you know what it is? They had a man sent off as well, so I kind of like looked past it. And to be fair, mate, like best decision I've ever made.
Yeah.
Like best decision I ever made by a mile. Going there, that's the move that's given me the opportunity to have the career that I've had. And if I hadn't gone there, I wouldn't have had the career I've had, and I've got no like doubts in that whatsoever. Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. I remember playing against you at the Wivden, and the team was unbelievable. You was very, very good on the night as well. And I wasn't surprised to see that you went on to get promotion with Brighton. Tell us a little bit about that season.
Yeah, so obviously I signed under Russell Slade. Didn't work out for him. And then Gus Poyet came in towards the end of the first season I was there. What a manager.
Yeah.
Completely transformed the way we played. Obviously, the thing is with him, the age of the players that we were there, we'd all grown up watching Gus Poyet for Tottenham, Chelsea. Do you know what I mean? You automatically had that respect.
Respect straight away, yeah.
Yeah, but then he came in as a manager, and the way he got us playing, the way he wanted us to play, his ideas, everyone just kind of bought into it straight away. We finished that season really strongly, and then kind of just started the next season like a train.
Yeah.
I think we won 8 or 9 of our first 10. And to be honest, like, I never really looked back. And in that season, there was some really good teams in the league, like Peterborough, like George Boyd, them sort of boys. Southampton's team was incredible.
Yeah.
Like Oxlade-Chamberlain, Lallana, Font, Schneiderlin. These are like Premier League players like now, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the fact that we managed to, beat them to the title in the league was, an unbelievable achievement, and just showing how good we were as a group. But yeah, so that was a really, really good team that we had, and a lot of them players from that team have gone on to play in the Premier League. So, obviously hindsight's a wonderful thing, but it was a really good group, and one that all started with Gus Poyet really when he came in. Yeah,
no, for sure. So the 7-1 defeat was the last time you saw any negatives, then, was it?
Yeah, it was like that from then on.
You come down and turn the club around. No, love that. Right, okay, yeah. So then Brighton get promoted from the League One to the Championship, winning the division. You then actually get a move to the Premier League with Norwich City, though. How did that move come about? Was there other options? Was you close to staying at Brighton?
So, before during the season that we won the league in League One, in the January, Norwich bid for me.
Okay.
So I was like, obviously having conversations with the gaffer, Gus Poyet, saying like, well, they're in the Championship and I'm in League One, and obviously everyone knows like you want to play at the highest level you can. You also want to, I'm not ashamed to say, you want to earn as much money as you can as well from football while you're playing.
Yeah.
And I was just, I think I was like 20 years old.
Yeah.
I loved it at Brighton. I loved everything about it, the club, and I know the fans how they were with me. But then it was getting to a point where Norwich were bidding amounts of money that I'm thinking, I'm like an idiot from Telford, freckly little kid from Telford. Someone's saying they want to give you £1 million for me.
Yeah.
To get it, take it, get rid of me, see you later.
Yeah.
And I ended up doing something that I don't regret it, because you could never, I don't have regrets. I made a choice at the time that I thought was the right one, and I handed a transfer request in.
Okay.
And the owner was in Australia anyway, kind of rang me, had a good conversation. He just said, look, like, you're not going. I don't need that money. I'd rather you stay here and finish off what we started. And we had like a gentleman's agreement, which I've got massive respect for that man. The money that he's put into that football club, that family deserve every success they've got, and they're getting. We had a gentleman's agreement. He said to me, look, you finish what you started here, help get us promoted. And if Norwich get promoted to the Premier League and they still want you, I'll let you go.
Oh, wow.
So I couldn't really argue with that. Then I was a bit like, I was really apprehensive. I thought, the fans are going to really it's not going to work out well when I've got a good relationship with them. And we had Watford away in the FA Cup, and I was on the bench just for that reason, because that all went on. And went down to warm up, and the whole stand applauded me.
Oh, wow.
By that point, I'd staged, you know what I mean? I wasn't going.
You knew that. They knew you were staying,
And from that moment on, I was just like, look, I can't affect what could have happened, might have happened. You need to do what you can to be at this football club and make sure. Because it was never a case I didn't like it there. It was just, I was just trying to get somewhere probably before I needed to get there. Do you know what I mean? Like, war. We got promoted with Brighton, I think 4 or 5 games before the end of the season.
Yeah.
Club actually took us away to Marbella, like in between the last 2 games.
What was you doing when you'd already got promoted? Then what were you doing? Going to watch Norwich games, make sure they got promoted, or?
Do you know what? You know what? I'll be completely honest, right? I completely switched off from the whole situation because I thought, I've done what I said I was going to do. There was no guarantees that Norwich would want me if they stayed in the Championship or if they went up. There was no. I never had a conversation with them at any point.
No.
So I just thought, oh, what amazing thing we've done with Brighton. You know, I've got a contract here for another 3 years. We're moving into the new stadium, Championship football, amazing. Like I was just on a high with that situation.
Yeah.
And then in between the 2 last games of the season, the chairman took us to Marbella, just like a well done for getting promoted.
Yeah.
And Norwich actually played Portsmouth on the TV at Fratton Park.
Okay.
And if Norwich won, they got promoted.
Right.
So we're all in this restaurant, and then everyone's like chatting. Gus Poyet stands up in the middle of this restaurant and goes, Benno, Benno, and everyone's like looking at him, what's he on about? I didn't even know, like I wasn't looking at the games, what's going on. We're just having a good drink with the lads and that. Benno, if Norwich come back for you, you're going to be a Premier League player next season. And all the lads like laughing and joking, clapping. I was like, good one, do you know what I mean? Like, and then obviously went away for the summer. All intentions of going back to Brighton. No, I hadn't really had any contact with Norwich. And then I was in the Maldives with my missus. I took her there to get proposed to her.
Nice.
So I'm in the Maldives with my missus and get a call off Gus Poyet, and he's just saying, like, my agent just saying, we've accepted a bid off Norwich. The chairman said that you had an agreement. Norwich have come to evaluation that we're happy with, and he doesn't want to stand in your way. So I was just like, I'm in the middle of the Maldives at this point. I'm thinking, who's going to be paying my bill with all these phone calls? You know what I mean? I'm in the Maldives.
Bobby was your agent at the time. Get him to pay for him.
It was Bobby, yeah. It's Bobby and Mike, yeah. So
Bobby and Mike.
I was thinking all that, and then obviously Paul Lambert ended up ringing me once they got permission to speak to me.
Yeah.
Like really keen to get it done. Just said, like, look, like I know there's other clubs that are sniffing around. I want this done. Can I meet you in Dubai on the way home? And I was like, to do what? And he said, I want to do your medical to make sure we get it all done. I was like, look, like, I'm a man of my word. You've had a bid accepted. When I land back in England, I'll come straight to Norwich. And literally landed, drove to Norwich, then never left.
Wow.
Went there, did my medical, spoke to the manager, the things he was saying to me, I was just like, this is an impressive man. He's making me feel like I'm a Premier League player, and I've never kicked a ball in the Championship.
Amazing. I was going to say, because really, if I was you, I'd have said, yeah, all right, no worries, just pay for me a flight to me and the missus to Dubai. Meet you there.
I was going there anyway, that's why he was meeting me, because I had to fly.
Oh, right. So literally, you went direct. You went down on one knee as a League One player and then came up as a Premier League player.
Yeah.
How did the proposal go? All right, yeah?
Yeah, it's good, mate. Yeah, I think I fluffed it, to be honest, mate. I just blagged it. Ended up blagging it, mate.
That's right. I think you don't need a prenup as a League One player, but as a Premiership player, it's worth thinking about, isn't it? Right, I was going to ask on that, Benno. That was what I was going to ask. So, right, you've made a decision. You've gone from Brighton to Norwich. Because I remember even seeing them thinking about it at the time. Was there any apprehension on your part from going straight from League One to the Premier League? You know, was you a little bit worried about that at all? You know, it's a big jump without playing the Championship.
Yeah, oh, mate, I'd be lying if I said no. Like, it was my dream to always do it. So when an opportunity arises, I couldn't have not done it.
No, of course.
You know, there was never a question whether I was going to go or not. But I was. Listen, I'm not the most, like, do you know what I mean? I'm comfortable with who I am. I've never ever claimed to be the best player or think I'm the best player. I know that I've done really, really well with my limited or what ability that I have got. I've just done the best with what I could do. So yeah, of course, like it's the first day I'm going back to pre-season, I'm walking up thinking, like, all these, I've just had a whole season in the Championship, they've got promoted. Mm-hmm. All I've ever done is play in League One.
Yeah.
And but I just remember Paul Lambert pulling me in and just saying, look, like, you're here for a reason, you're here to play football.
Wow.
Premier League, he said, the difference between the Premier League and League One is instead of 5,000 people watching you, 26,000 people are going to watch you at Carrow Road. He said, everything else is a myth. That was his favourite thing. Everything's a myth. He said, match of the day and cameras and that. They're not in the stadium. The pitch is the same. You're playing against 11 players. They're 11 men. We're going to be 11 men. The pitch size is the same. The goals are the same. The ball's the same. Play football.
Wow.
And from that moment on, I was just thought,
settle job.
Yeah, like, what am I afraid of? Like, all I can do is try.
Yeah.
If I fail trying. Don't fall at the first hurdle without giving.
Do your worst and do your best, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So,
no, cool. So yeah, first season you played a lot of games. Highlight must have been scoring the winner at White Hart Lane. Tell me a little bit about that.
Oh, amazing, mate. Yeah, best moment, like individual moment that.
Of course, yeah.
Scoring the winner at such an iconic ground against Bale, Modric, Van der Vaart, to their team again, like
nice,
crazy. But to be honest, you know what? My favourite game from that season, we actually didn't win. We drew 3-3 with Arsenal at the Emirates. I think it may have been 2 weeks later.
Right.
And Arsenal were again going for Europe. Van Persie, Fabregas. Crazy. Again, another crazy team of players.
Yeah.
And that was probably my favourite game in the season because we went to. I know, like, we won at White Hart Lane and that was amazing, but like they ate the bar and there's all different things going on. Yeah. I scored, amazing, but we went to Emirates, went 1-0 down after a minute, and people are probably thinking at that time in the crowd, especially 6-0, 5-0.
Yeah.
And we ended up going up 2-1. They went 3-2 up, and we scored 10 minutes to go, made it 3-3. Steve Morrison, incredible. Do you know what I mean? Incredible game of football. That's probably my favourite game. Obviously, like you said, the highlight was obviously scoring the goal because I'd always dreamed of being on Match of the Day. When you're a kid and you play in the park, you pretend to be players, and do you know what I mean? And then to own that night, put Match of the Day on, and do you know what I mean? Gary Lineker sat there talking about me with my face up on the screen. I'm like, that was like obviously like just a dream come true, really.
Yeah. No, listen, I think you do yourself a disservice when you talk about your footballing ability, first class player, and that's why you're playing in the Premier League. And it just goes to show that it's crazy what happens in football. You can go from being a League One player to being a Premier League player. I have no doubts that you'd have probably gone on at Brighton and played well in the Championship and gone on with them. But for someone like Paul Lambert to give you a chance like that, it's amazing, isn't it? Yeah,
crazy, mate. And I owe Paul Lambert my Premier League career, really.
Yeah.
Because you never know where you might have got to.
Of course it can. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it can change.
You just never know. But the fact that he looked at me and said, "I want him with me in the," he wanted me in the Championship, and then he to still maintain that, even though they got promoted to the Premier League and they had, the money that comes with, and you can go and get other people that played in the Championship. Yeah. For that faith he's shown in me, I owe, like I said, I owe Paul Lambert my Premier League career. And I'm not ashamed to say it. And I'm forever be thankful for the opportunity he gave me.
No, for sure. Okay, 2012, 2013. I want to speak about something because we spoke about him earlier. I might as well speak about him again. You actually played against your brother, against Doncaster in the Carling Cup for Norwich. Talk me through that experience. Now, I know you've got a special relationship with your mum to pair you up, because from speaking to him about it before, that must have been a real proud moment for your family. And what I was going to ask was that the only time you played against him?
I played against him since, but that was the first time.
That's the first time, okay.
Yeah. So, massive achievement, just for, obviously, my mum and dad, like, the hours and, forget the money that football, driving, petrol, their time that they've invested in us to have a chance to even be a footballer. And I think that's for any parent that takes their kid to any activity, like a sporting activity or dance class, whatever you do. Like, the commitment of your parents is obviously massive. And then that moment probably made, forget anything they may have benefited, like a holiday or those silly little things that you can do for your parents. I'm talking about pure joy, pride. The best moment they could have had would be to see their two sons playing, against each other on a pitch. Obviously, they'd prefer if we were playing together, but that's obviously never happened. Massive moment for the whole family, to be honest. And from that game, I got the shirt, his shirt, and my shirt, and it's like we had our shirts put together like half and half, Norwich and
Oh,
Doncaster. And my mum's got that up in her house, and yeah, just really, really special moment. I've got a picture of me and him at the final whistle, like hugging, and that's in my in one of my rooms, like with my football shirts that I've got from playing games. So,
Superb,
special
mate. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Right, okay, move on. The season after, we've talked about obviously the highs. A bit of a low for yourself. Must have been a tough season. You do your cruciate early on in the season, and then Norwich get relegated. So you didn't really take part in that. It must have been a real tough season for you.
Yeah, it's the worst season of my career by a long, long way. When you obviously, I'd never got injured before that. Spent my whole career just playing game after game after game, and then to obviously be ruled out for a season. I did it in the first game of the season, and I didn't play again until the last game of the season. We'd already been relegated, which I think it was just like a double whammy, really, because I couldn't have done anything to stop us getting relegated, like, no doubt about it. But to just know that you can't have any input and you just sat there around, you know, that was really, really hard for me, because I want to be part of its success. But if we're failing, I want to be part of it. I don't want to be sat on the sideline watching the ship sink, if you know what I mean. Like, I want to be in there trying to do my bit, and if we sink, we all sink together. So yeah, it was hard, like just having football taken away, but obviously with that happening as well, it made it, you know, even worse.
Of course, yeah, like you say, a bit of a double whammy. Right, okay, we'll move on to Blackburn. Club captain there now. How did that move come about? Was he dropping into the Championship and stuff? How did that move come about?
Yeah, so Paul Lambert was manager. He just kind of like, it was come to the January transfer window, and he made contact with my agent and just said, "Look, I want him here. I'm trying to like build something. Obviously, I know him. He knows me. What does he think?" And I was just like, "I'm not playing at Norwich now. Back in the Premier League." And like, looked like I took a wage cut to go to Blackburn, but it wasn't. I didn't see it like that. I seen it like I want to be where I should be, not somewhere just because I've got a contract where I'm not going to play. I'm not playing football. I've just had a year doing nothing, injured. It was great to obviously be part of like the promotion with Norwich back to the Premier League, but I knew I wasn't going to play. And being brutally honest, I wasn't good enough to play in that team. So I didn't want to have another season sat around being there and playing sometimes, or just being in reserves and all that. I just thought, you've spent a year missing football. Go and play football for someone who knows you, respects you, gave you opportunity. Go and be part of something new. And you know, thankfully, I joined Blackburn, and yeah, it's been. You know, I'm really loving my time there. I've nothing but good things to say about the football club, and you know, honoured to be club captain this season.
Yeah. Just on that then, so twofold question really. We get on to the second bit after. First things, future for you now playing while you're still playing. I think you're 30, 31? I got that right?
31, yeah.
31. What's the future look like for you? You just desperate to get Blackburn back into the Premier League?
Yeah, I'd love to be a part of the squad to get Blackburn back in the Premier League. Like, everyone knows Blackburn, massive club, won the Premier League in '95. You know, like, history of the club, spent years and years in the Premier League, and obviously it's gone on been in a bad place, and you know, the feel good factors kind of back up the club. We went down to League One and we got up, and I think, you know, the managers had a massive part to play in like the kind of like new lease of life that the club's got, and I'd love to be part. I think that for me would be the highlight of my career if I could be part of a Blackburn squad that gets back promoted to the Premier League. And as I said before, if that was to happen, it'd be the pinnacle of my career. And if then they said, "Look, you know, you're no longer needed around there," I'd leave there with, you know, skipping away with a whistle in my hand, buzzing for Blackburn. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just to be part of something like that again would be amazing.
Nah, you'll be right. You're piss full back in the Prem anyway. Like, a few more years of experience.
Too old now. Babe, bring it in. Babe, just bring it in. Sorry, man, I got a cup of tea on the way.
Cup of tea. See, look, I won't keep you too long. There's only another 10 minutes. I know you've got training in the morning.
No, she says she wants you to keep me.
Perfect. I see. Look, got the missus under control and had a cup of tea there about 10 o'clock, yeah? Right, okay. Second fold of that question, really. Future for you after football. Hopefully you've got a few more years in you. I think you will have, but future after football for you.
I'd love to be part of football still.
Yeah.
Probably, I'd love to be like, I say an agent, and I feel it sounds horrible saying that because obviously they got a bad reputation. My agent currently is like my best friend, and we were best friends before he became my agent. And I see the way he's doing things and the way he is as a person, which is why he's my best friend, and kind of like makes me think, yeah, I'd like to do that. I'd like to be part of football, going to watch games, trying to help or give my experience that I've had to people in the game that are playing, but without the, because I'd love to do like coaching and that, but I don't want to. At some point, I feel for me anyway, I want to kind of give something back to my missus and my kids, not always be like, I can't always put me first, you know what I mean? And I've done that since I started playing football, and I don't regret doing it because it's given me, the opportunity to live out my dream. And at some point, that football playing career ends, and I don't want to be going from like club to club as a coach or a manager, like trying to. And listen, if you're successful as a manager, you can do really, really well for yourself. But I don't want to have to drag my missus and my kids here, there, and everywhere. I think at some point you have to say, look, I've done my bit, and I'm not saying I wouldn't do coaching in my local area or school or do you know what I mean. I want to try and give something back that I've learned during my time of playing, but I don't think I'd want to be like a coach. And then I love like other things outside of football. I love like properties and I'm not talking. I'm not a property developer by any stretch of the imagination. But I like taking things that no one really wants anymore and making it nice. Like so, I'd like to do something in that respect as well. But obviously, it's all. I think you can make the best laid plans ever in the world, and sometimes things don't quite work out the way you want them to. So they're obviously things that I'd like to do when I finish playing football, and hopefully off the back of another promotion to the Premier League with Blackburn, and then who knows what could happen. Maybe I might get a little roll up there, and I can go and do the speaking it before the games and that. Like whipping up the crowd and that.
getting them all ready before the game. Now, listen, I think to speak about what you said there about the agency side of it, seems to be a dirty word in football, but for me, there's a right way and there's a wrong way of doing things, and I'm a little bit involved on that side of it. I'm not quite decided. That's for me for sure, but maybe that's something we can speak about off camera. But for me, like I say, there's a right way and there's a wrong way of doing everything, and for me, it doesn't have to be a dirty word. Okay, then that leads me in nicely to my last question. Anyway, if you could have one piece of advice for youngsters trying to make their way in a game, what would it be?
Make the best out of you. So don't focus on any other people. Like, it's hard. It's really hard. But don't. You might not be the best player in your team, or someone scores all the goals. And I know it's like when you're younger and everyone looks at the goals. Everyone can't be the hero. A team of 11 needs what we get taught now in Blackburn: artists like a Bradley Dack and a soldier like me. So I'll carry the piano. So it's true. I'll carry the piano with a couple of people, and no one really knows and cares about me. And I'll put it down and I'll let the artists play the tune, because if he does that well and we win, everybody wins, not just one person. If we can supply Bradley Dack the ball 100 times a game and he scores all the goals and we get promoted, everyone benefits. So I just think make the best out of you. So never make sure that when you look in the mirror at night time, you can say, I was the best me today. Not, I didn't score all the goals like someone, or I didn't do whatever. Just be the best version of you. Know what you're good at and make sure you're the best at that. Like people always say, practice on your weaknesses. And I'm not saying don't practice, but if you've got strengths, or you think they're your strengths, make them ridiculously strong. And if you have to make yourself say, I'm really good at tackling, and I can pass it to the players that do the other stuff. Don't try and make yourself, Lionel Messi if you're N'Golo Kante. Doesn't like the game needs everyone, so that would be my advice. Just make the best out of you possible.
No, Benno, that's top stuff, mate. Talking of artists, how is your brother? I know I've mentioned him a couple of times. How is he?
Nah, he's all right. Lockdown might have calmed him down and stopped him.
The only way to keep him in. Only way to keep people like me him in. I have to give him a shout and get him on the show, mate.
Yeah, oh mate, get him on. Like, give you some entertainment. He'll definitely say he's better than me as well.
He always used to say that. Don't worry about that. Listen, Benno, take care, mate. Good luck with training.
Really
hope it all goes well. Look after my man Daffy for me. And like I say, thanks very much for doing the show, mate. Really, really appreciate it. Yeah?
No, honestly, my pleasure. Brilliant. Thanks for having me on.
Take care, mate.
See you later.